Hi, Verbling. Hope you're all having a great day. Today we're going to be doing some listening with me, Lauren, your new Verbling teacher. I've never tried the YouTube app, so hopefully this will all go well. Maybe you can all help me out with it. Hi, Andre.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing today?
I'm fine, and you?
Good, good. I'm glad you're joining my classes.
Yes, me too. Again?
Yeah, I'm just gonna see, I have my YouTube here, so I'm going to, I don't really know how to use it, so
Yeah.
we'll see how it works.
Okay.
And we have Serge. How are you today?
Hello, I'm fine. And you?
I'm good, Serge. I don't know if it's a connection problem, but for some reason you were kind of like, it was kind of cutting out a little bit. Can you try speaking again?
Did you give me?
I couldn't really hear what you were saying, so maybe I'll give you a second to try to figure that out. Hi, Antonina. How are you? Antonina, can you hear me? I don't know if you're talking right now. You might be put on mute. So you can check at the top right-hand side of your Google Hangout, and there'll be a little red thing that says, that looks like a little microphone. Oh, you're gone. And how are you doing? Is that Annexon? Annexon? No, Nohob? I don't know. Who's the person to the most farthest right on the chat with a blue shirt on? Okay, maybe you're on mute too. And Carlos, you can hear me, right? Carlos, hello.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Hi, Lauren. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, I'm Carlos. I knew 2 days ago through a very interesting lesson about slavery. Do you remember slavery in USA?
Yep, the Jim Crow laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy to meet you in this lesson today. I'm from Argentina, but I've been living in Italy for more than 20 years. So.
Oh wow, I'm Italian. What area of Italy are you?
No, I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina, but I lived here. I've been living here for more than 20 years. So.
Oh, great.
Anyway,
Great.
I feel 100% Argentinian,
That's
and
okay.
mainly in this moment that the Pope is Argentinian.
I understand. And Furkan, you've joined me today. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad you're here because I might need help with the YouTube.
Okay.
And Natsia, you're back. Oh, you are on mute.
Hello.
Oh, okay, now I can hear you. How are you doing today?
Hola, hola.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, very good. Glad you're back.
Yes, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. And we have Tim. Tim, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. Where are you from, Tim?
I'm from France.
You're from where?
France.
From France. Oh, great. If you need any help in French, je peux parler un petit peu.
Good, yeah, good.
Okay, and we have Marta. Marta, how are you doing today? Marta, can you hear me? Okay, I'll show everyone in a second.
Hi.
In case.
Hello. Yeah, I'm fine.
Good.
I had the microphone disconnected.
Oh, I see. Okay, good. Glad you're here. And where are you from, Marta?
I'm from Spain, from Madrid.
You're from Madrid. Great. Cool.
Madrid in Spain, yeah.
We have people from all over the world here. And Furkan, you're from Colombia, right?
No, I lied.
What?
I lied in that class. I'm from Turkey.
Why would you lie?
I always do that.
You always just pretend you're from different places?
Yeah. Just a few teachers know where I am.
Oh, okay, so now I know you're from Turkey.
Yeah.
So you can't lie again, okay? And we have just met Carlos and Andre. Alexis, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. And who else? We have Ala.
Yes.
Ala,
Hi,
can you hear
hi,
me?
Lauren. How are you? Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm good. How are you?
Fine,
How are
thank
you doing today?
Um,
Good. Where are you
I've
from?
been really good. I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, cool. We have people from all over here today. That's so great. Okay, so we haven't. What about Alexis?
Yes.
Alexis, okay. I think somebody might be on mute. So I'm just going to screen share for a very quick second and show you how to get off mute in case you are. Because the person, I think it's NXN Nahob. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to show you how to get off mute. I'm just going to screen share for a second.
Can you read Russian alphabet?
No, I can't. Can you?
No.
Okay,
But
I am going to do this for a second. Okay, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. See where my mouse is right now? This button here is going to mute you. So click on this button. Yours might look red. So if it's red, you have to click on it so that it goes gray like mine is. Okay? For those of you who can't hear.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let's begin. So today we're going to be looking at a YouTube video. But before we look at the YouTube video, can everybody go to the link? I want you to have the document open. Thank you, Furkan. I want you to have the document open that you'll see in your chat on this side of your screen. So open that in a separate window because I want you to have that open at the same time that you're looking at the YouTube videos. So you can see the questions I'm going to ask you while you're watching the videos. Okay, so everyone click on that link that I put at the beginning of the chat, and I'll paste it again in the chat. Can anyone not see the Verbling chat?
Yes.
Andre, can you see the Verbling chat?
Yes.
Okay, good. Does anyone have a problem with the Verbling chat?
No.
Did you send the link already?
Yes, I just put it in the chat, and it's the same one that I put at the very beginning of the chat.
I can see the chat box, but I don't see the link.
You can't see the link. Okay, I'm going to put it in. You might have just the Google chat on. So
I can see it.
So
I can see it right now.
Oh, now you can see it. Okay, good. So I put it in the Google chat as well. So Furkan, my lovely assistant, thank you, Furkan. He has posted the link as well. So is that the same link, Furkan?
Yeah. Yeah. All you have to do is going to YouTube application. I added the video.
Okay, so before looking at the one that Furkan looked at, I want you to open up the Word document first. So everyone's got that open up. And we're all looking at the same one. So I'm going to screen share this for a second. Great. Okay. So if everyone could just look at this for a quick second. And I'm going to get you to read it out loud. So we're going to look at the videos, and then these are the questions we're going to be talking about. Okay? So let's get Ala. Can you read the first question for me?
Okay, what was the woman doing with the cereal in the cup?
Good. Oh, and I'm just thinking I should probably explain quickly. What we're going to be looking at is some of the things that the food industry, so the food industry, we're going to look at some definitions, and that means the people who basically own the big companies that control our food. So all of those big companies that basically control all of the food, especially in the United States and Canada. So thank you, Ala. Alexis, can you read the next question?
What is the woman doing with the magnet?
Do you know what a magnet is?
Yes.
Good. Try to describe it for me.
Well, I just find the word thing that attracts metals and other things.
Exactly.
I don't know how to describe it.
That was perfect. It's kind of like a piece of metal.
Yes, that attracts iron and other stuff that contains iron and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So exactly what Alexis said. A magnet is something that when it touches other metals, the metals attract to the magnet, so they stick to the magnet. Okay, Andre, can you read number 3, please?
Yes. What does the speaker say our bodies were designed to do?
So that's designed.
Designed.
Good. And so that question is saying, so the speaker is the person who's kind of, what we say, I'm going to put it in the chat, it's narrating. So what is the person who is speaking is a narrator. So you don't actually see him, but his voice is kind of speaking during the video. We call that a narrator. So what does he say our bodies were designed to do? Carlos, can you please say that number 4?
Yes. What nutrients are being supplemented?
So what nutrients are being supplemented?
Supplemented.
Good. And we'll learn that word in just a minute, those 2 words. Do you know what supplemented means?
Yes, something that you add to anything. For example, when you add something, for example, water in order to water down a product, isn't it?
Sure, yeah. So you're supplementing something, you're adding something so that you make it more complete, kind of.
I have a question. What is the difference between supplement and ingredient?
To supplement something is when you add something to make it, for example, let's say my grandmother has very weak bones. So she's very weak, my grandmother. The doctor might give her supplements, which would be little pills that are full of nutrients so that whatever she is not getting from food, she's getting supplemented. And if you look down here, I actually have a definition. So I'm gonna introduce this glossary in a second. So I have the word supplement here. So it is to add something to food to make it more complete. So you can supplement vitamin C in orange juice for children, for example. Okay? Ingredient means absolutely anything that you put into anything. It could be a supplement, or it could be just any kind of food. So an ingredient, let's say you're making garlic bread. You would have this would be your ingredients. You would have bread, butter, garlic, salt, pepper. Those are all ingredients, but they're not necessarily supplements.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, and let's get, hello Leo, how are you today? Leo? Can you hear me? Maybe not. Okay, Leo, you might be on mute. So try going to the top right-hand corner of your screen and clicking the red button that's going to look like a unmute button. Okay, let's go to Furkan. Can you please read, I'll just go back to it. Can you please read the next question, which was number 5.
Is there a problem with what the food companies are doing?
Yep, and that's your own opinion. So I want you guys to tell me, do you think that what they're doing is wrong, or do you think that it is okay what they're doing? Okay, and let's get Marta. Marta, can you please read the next question there? So number 6.
How many childhood deaths are linked to malnutrition?
Do you understand malnutrition?
Yeah, not to eat well?
Exactly. So you're missing nutrients in whatever you're eating. You're not getting enough of something, which makes you sick.
Okay.
Good. And Natsia, can you please read number 7?
Why is it ironic that the food industry is now creating synthetic supplements?
Good. So this one is a little bit difficult. So I hope that you guys can see from the video. Excuse me, can see from the video what it's trying to say about this. So it's saying, what does it mean when something's ironic? Can someone try to explain that in English?
Ironic?
Yes.
Where?
So it's saying, what is ironic that the food industry is now creating synthetic supplements? What do you think ironic means, Andre? It's okay if you don't know.
No, I know the word, but I'm trying to find this explanation.
Anyone else?
Sarcastic? I don't know.
Kind of. It's like when something is happening, but actually I kind of don't want to tell you yet because I want you to try to see what does the speaker in the video say about it. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, but just start thinking about that. Okay, and let's go to Tim. Can you please read number 8?
Yeah. At the end of the video, where does the speaker suggest is best for us to get our nutriments?
Right, so that question's asking, where should we be getting our nutrients? If we are not getting them from supplements, what is the best place to get our nutrients, the things we need to kind of thrive? So I don't know why I can't hear Anexen. Anexen Nahab?
Maybe his microphone is not plugged in.
Okay, that's fine. Anexen, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but you're more than welcome to listen. So let me know when your microphone is working, okay? Okay. And so let's start going. I'm not going to get you all to read out the glossary. I'm just going to go over it very quickly. So the YouTube video is called Industry Food Busters. So when you're watching it, what I want you to do is take a pen and paper and write down words that you don't understand. And then after the video, go through this glossary. And I gave you the definition of a glossary. It just means a list of words with their definitions or explanations to each word. So go through this and see which words it was you didn't understand and try to ask me any questions if it isn't on this glossary. Okay? So some important ones. Iron and calcium. Those are things that we need to live. If you don't have any iron or you don't have any calcium, you will die. But obviously, the iron that we eat is different than if you went on the street and picked up a piece of iron and started sucking on it, right? Iron is a metal. So you'll see what it says here. The word absorb means to take in. And the word particles just means little tiny pieces of something. So little tiny particles, little tiny pieces. Soil is another word to say the dirt. So the dirt on the ground that our plants grow in. And I'm hearing some background noise coming. Hi, Ali. How are you? Ali?
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. For some reason, I'm hearing a bit of background noise coming from you. So if you could either put headphones on or something, that would be great.
I'm gonna mute.
Okay, that's good too. And then you can just take it off mute when we talk. Okay, substance just means any kind of material or thing. So any kind of substance. Organic or inorganic. So these are two of the same words, but they mean the opposite. So organic means something natural. Inorganic means something not natural. And a new word for you is the word synthetic. So synthetic means something that's fake. For example, plastic. Plastic is synthetic. If you were to walk down, for example, if you were alive 200 years ago, synthetic materials did not exist. Everything was organic materials. So synthetic is when companies, create things that wouldn't naturally happen in nature. And I'm going to leave some of these other words for a minute. So I think we've gone over some of them, like magnet and malnutrition, and we'll keep talking after we watch the video. So if everyone could go to the left of your Hangout, you'll see the YouTube app. So click on YouTube, and I'm going to take off my screen share here. And if you are watching this and you're not in the class, you'll be able to watch that YouTube video from, oopsies, yeah, you'll be able to watch that video from the link that I put on the document that you would have just been looking at. It's in the chat. Or Furkan actually just put the YouTube link in the chat as well. So when I put this on, you're going to go on mute. So we're going to watch the whole movie, and you can tell me if you want to watch the movie one more time before we go over those answers. Are there any questions?
No.
We're good?
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Great. Okay, so food busters. What does it mean for something to be a buster, or somebody's busted?
For example, like police busted the criminal, or Mythbusters.
Exactly. So if you're busted, it means you're caught. So somebody caught you doing something wrong. You're busted. Okay, so I'm gonna play the video, but again, we're gonna go on mute. So try to listen, and you're gonna have to read at the same time. Does anybody have a problem and can't see the video right now? Good. Okay. For some reason, it's not playing.
Actually, it's playing.
No, it is.
It is playing for you? For some reason, it's not playing for me. That's fine. I've seen it. So I'm gonna. If I just press play, then will it play for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It affects everyone.
Okay,
Yes.
sounds good. Okay, I'll play it for you.
That's shocking. Really. I can't hear you.
Could everyone hear me now?
Yes. Now yes.
Yes.
So, what did you all think?
I was shocked.
You're
We are
shocked.
lost.
Pardon me, Andre?
We are lost.
You're lost?
No, because this kind of chemical process in our body.
Absolutely, you're totally right. And this is things that people don't even know these things are going on, and the food companies try to hide it from us. So you think you saw that some of those things were baby food, right?
Yeah, and the children have them like that.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. Any comments before we start talking about those questions from anyone else?
I have a comment. I remembered that the people from gym uses supplements a lot. Because their physical exercises.
Yep, so Andre, you would say people who go to the gym.
Yes.
People who go to the gym use supplements.
Yes.
Okay, so I have an idea. I'm going to screen share my questions because I want everyone who's watching the video from outside to see them. So just give me 1 second. So I want to... Pardon me?
I have a question.
Yes.
We say that the name of the video is Food Busters, but are these companies have these companies been busted for doing that to people? I mean,
No.
aren't there any laws or something like that?
Ala, that's a really, really important question. Right now, as we speak, there are so many groups of people, especially in the United States and Canada and all over the world, who are finally realizing that this is a huge problem. I mean, how did we get from going from being farmers and eating our own food from the ground to mass production? Mass production means producing too much. So now the soil doesn't even have enough nutrients for the food to grow properly. So everything is being processed, and we're literally crushing up rocks. But those rocks should be naturally in the soil so that it goes into our vegetables and goes into our food. So what happens now, where people don't eat a lot of fresh vegetables and they don't get enough nutrients? The food companies are saying, don't worry, we'll fortify your food. So we're going to supplement your food, put these into your food, and you'll be fine. But you and I know it's not good to have little tiny pieces of iron in your blood and in your body, right?
No wonder why cancer is so everyone is not everyone, but most people having cancer because of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very big issue. Very big issue. And so in answer to your question, they tried to make laws. They try very hard to make laws for these things, but it's very difficult because for example, the American government is funded by taxes. Who pays the most taxes?
Companies.
The companies pay lots of taxes. So if the companies are basically funding the government, then if they're paying most of the money to the government isn't very hard on them because they like the money coming in. So the more money these companies are making, the more money they're giving to the government, and the less the government so there's an expression in English, we say comes down on something. So the government doesn't come down on these food companies because they don't have, the government almost has less power than the food companies. The food companies are the biggest companies in the United States, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start discussing these questions, unless anyone else has another question. Anyone else? Okay. So, Who would like to talk about this? Actually, let's just go over this. I know you mostly understand. So what is the word we use when we describe what the woman was doing with the cereal in the cup? What was she doing to it?
Blending.
Blending.
Blend.
Yes. Ali,
Oh.
it's pronounced blending.
Oh yes, I thought when she was grind.
Oh, grinding. Yep, she was grinding too.
Grinding, yes.
So she was grinding it and then she was blending it. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Great. Okay, and what is the woman doing with the magnet? Try to describe that in English. Let's go to somebody who hasn't talked much. Marta?
She's trying to discover how much magnet particles are there in the food.
Perfect. So she's trying to figure out how many iron particles.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And let's go to Serge. Serge, maybe you can try to answer number 3. What does the speaker say our bodies were designed to do? It has something to do with plants.
Seems like I missed it.
Pardon me?
Seems like I missed it.
An idea?
Unfortunately, I don't.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Anyone else? What about Allah? Did you see what he was saying that our bodies are designed to do? That's okay if you didn't. Okay, so what he's saying is he's saying our bodies are supposed to be, if these are our plants and they're in the ground, this is the soil, right? And the soil is supposed to have all the nutrients that go into our plants. So calcium, iron, all these things are supposed to go into the plants. And then we eat the plants. And then all those nutrients go into our body. So that's what our bodies were designed to do, right? So that's what he's saying. He's saying we should be getting these things from plants. We should be getting these things from the things that are actually able to absorb these things. We shouldn't be crushing up rocks or putting tiny pieces of metal into our food. So why aren't we doing what our bodies were designed to do? Do you kind of see that? See how he was saying that?
To absorb the supplements, or no?
What was that?
To absorb, our body needs to absorb the supplements, or no?
The nutrients.
Yes, the nutrients.
Yes, because the supplements, so who can describe for me what is a supplement? They put them in the oven. So what is a supplement?
When, for example, a baby can have problems with our blood because he doesn't have a magnet enough. So the doctor recommends to add a magnet in the kind of a supplement.
Yeah, so instead of saying he's adding magnets, he's not adding magnets, he's adding iron. Iron.
Yes.
Yes, but I know what you mean. Iron does attract to magnets. So you are definitely right. I see what you're trying to say. So that's exactly. So the supplement, the idea of a supplement, is something that actually, if you don't have enough of it, your doctor will give you a supplement for it. So if you don't get enough calcium, you'll take a calcium supplement. If you don't get enough anything really, if you're not getting enough protein, you can take a protein supplement. You can take any kind of supplement.
Yeah, I'm right, or I said a silly thing?
No, exactly. You were exactly right. So your body, you said magnets, but if you change what you said about magnets to iron, you're right. Right?
Yes.
Your body doesn't have enough iron, so your doctor gives you something that has a lot of iron in it. That's what the supplement is.
Yes. Thanks.
No problem. Okay, so Tim, maybe you can answer our next question. What nutrients are being supplemented? This one is kind of easy. Which nutrients are being supplemented, Tim?
Iron?
Yep.
Yeah.
And what else?
Calcium and magnesium.
Yes. Yes. So Tim, remember when he was taking those white rocks and he was crushing them?
Yeah.
Those rocks were rocks, but they had very high calcium content. Calcium is another kind of nutrient.
Yes.
So try to say that back to me, or if you don't understand, try to ask me that question.
I repeat.
Yeah. So what nutrients are being supplemented?
Iron and calcium are being supplemented.
Good. And how is calcium being supplemented?
I don't know.
So try to describe what they were doing with the rocks.
They are crushing the rocks.
Yep, exactly. And what are they doing with it?
And they added in food.
Exactly. So exactly what Tim said. They're crushing the rocks, so they're crushing the calcium, so that we find in rocks, which should naturally happen, which should naturally be in our soil. So instead of getting it from the soil, they're taking it from rocks, crushing the rocks, and putting the crushed rocks into our food. And we call that, Tim, fortifying the food with calcium.
Okay.
So try to say that for me. So they're fortifying the food with calcium.
Fortify the food with calcium.
Yes, perfect. Okay, and Serge, maybe we can get you to answer this next question. Is there, do you think that there is a problem with the food companies doing this?
Okay, I think, of course, it's a problem. Because seems like the supplements are not high quality, and maybe our bodies don't want to
absorb
it. Yeah, to absorb it.
Great, Serge. Really good expression of your ideas. Because I really understand what you're saying. So Serge is saying there's very low quality if you just crush up rocks. We need it to be digested by the plants first, so that it's easier for our bodies to digest it. Obviously, we're going to absorb the nutrients better if we take it from plants instead of taking it from rocks in the ground. Right? Furkan, what is your opinion? Do you think it's a big deal?
Of course, it's a big deal. It's about our health, and health is a very big deal.
What do you think about the baby food?
I don't know. It's a very critical thing, especially after I heard that the half of the baby deaths is directly connected to the malnutrition or the things babies eat. It's shocking.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And don't you think that's such a problem if you think of the fact that for example, our world today, especially if you look at the United States, they have so much money. Yes, they're in debt, but they have so much money. And half of their population is obese, and the other half is dying from malnutrition. Why?
Yes.
Why? And they have the technology to fortify food. You know what? I'm going to teach you a new expression today. We say...
Irony.
Oh, yes. Irony. Thank you, Furkan. I'll come back to you on that. The expression I'm going to teach you is when you say something's fishy about that. Something's fishy. That means something's not right. You know when you smell a fish, if it smells really bad, you know something's wrong and you won't eat it? So, for example, you know, like you go to the market and you buy fish and you bring it home and you wash it. After you wash it, if it still smells bad, you won't eat it because you know it's starting to go bad. It's starting to decompose and rot. So our expression in English, we say, something's fishy about that. Something's not right. Okay?
Hello.
Hi, Jean-Marc. How are you doing today?
How are you? Very well. In 2 weeks I'm going to London.
In 2 weeks you're going to London. That's great.
Yes. I am here from from my English.
Good, good. I'm glad that you are practicing here with us at Verbling.
Because it's the first time with you.
This is your
Because
first time with me.
because me is là is 3 p.m. in France.
It is. Oh, you're going to be speaking in France.
No, it's 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Yes.
Good, good. Okay, so Jean-Marc, we're just having a bit of a discussion here. Does anyone have any more comments about that question there? So number 5, is there a problem with what the food companies are doing?
Yes, yes, of course. I know. In France, too. Problem too. Similar problem.
I agree. Natsia, I have a question for you. What were you most surprised about?
It's about a vitamin that I saw in the video. A vitamin C or like a calcium capsule, and I usually take it. So it's pretty shock for me.
Yes.
Lauren.
Yep.
I have a comment.
Yes.
We can say that our foods in general are becoming artificial.
Yes, you can say that. You can say that, unfortunately, because it's true. Do you find this topic really interesting? Because I can do more classes on this. The reason is because, so Andre, imagine the fact that, let's say 100 years ago, you would have soil, you would grow carrots, okay?
Yes.
The carrots are right in the soil, where all of that iron and all of those nutrients, they're in the soil. You take the carrot out, you eat the carrot, and then you plant new carrots, right? Now, they have you heard of genetically modified organisms? I'll put it in the chat. GMO, or genetically modified organisms, or... So what those are, it means we have figured out how to change a plant. So we can take a plant and we go into the seed and we say, okay, I want you to grow faster. So they take the seed grows faster, and then the carrot comes out faster. And then they plant it again, and then it grows faster, and then the carrot comes out. But the soil isn't changing. So the soil doesn't have enough time to regenerate. I'm going to put that in the chat. The soil doesn't have enough time to regenerate. So even the carrots that we're eating these days, if they are genetically modified organisms, carrots, then they don't have the same amount of nutrients that carrots 100 years ago had. So even if you eat healthy, if you're buying things from the grocery store and not from a farm, they're still not as healthy as they used to be. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Ali, what do you have to say about all this? Ali, do you have any comments? Maybe Ali can't hear us right now. Jamie, how are you doing today? Jamie, can you hear me? Jamie, hello. Jamie, I'm not sure if you're speaking right now, but you might be on mute. So, Jamie Martinez, so it'll be up here on the right-hand side of your screen. You'll see a little red button.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you great.
I am doing good, thanks.
Good. Jamie, what do you think about all this?
Well, I think it is important to eat healthy. For example, me, last 2 weeks I've been eating just vegetables and fruits instead to eat bad food, and it has improved. I've been feeling better than to eat, for example, chips and soda and things like that. I changed the soda for water and things like that. And what I mean is that, for example, I have some problems with acne, and when I eat healthy vegetables and fruits, it improves my skin. So
Good.
it is better to eat naturally instead supplements, and yeah, I feel with more energy and things like that. So it's important to eat naturally instead to eat supplements or any
Exactly.
other
So what
or
Tim is
any other.
saying here, no, that's exactly right. And I don't know if everyone caught that word. Everyone, just so you know, acne is when you get pimples on your face, like this. Do you see that? So when you get those, but you can get them all over. So that is acne. I'm going to put it in the
Excuse
chat.
me, is acne? Is acne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, so it's acne, exactly, Jean-Marc. So what that is it's a problem with your skin, but
I know, but the pronunciation is acne in English.
yes, yes, pronunciation is acne, exactly.
I know in France acne where she is, but in English you have acne. It is acne. It's good pronunciation.
Good. Yes, it's perfect pronunciation. It's good. Yeah.
Perfect.
Who have we not talked to? So Marta, can you hear me? Are you
Yes,
here?
I can hear you. Yes,
Good.
yes.
So Marta, what do you think about the fact, why do you think, now that you're watching this, why do you think that eating healthy is the only way to go if you want to correct problems? For example, Jamie was saying that he used to get a lot of acne, but now that he's stopped taking supplements and he's getting vegetables and fruits all the time, his acne and his skin is getting better. Why do you think that's happening?
Because I think it's more natural and healthier that if you eat a healthy thing, healthy food, rather than synthetic or just produced food. So I think it's more natural and it's healthier for everyone.
Absolutely. And Marta, can you try to describe for everyone in the class one more time, just what does it mean if something is synthetic?
If it's not natural, if it is like plastic, not organic or not natural, it's not. It's manufactured.
Exactly. Great use of words. So it has been manufactured to, they can still say this is calcium, yes, but it's not natural calcium, naturally occurring in plants, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're exactly right. Those are synthetic supplements.
Okay.
That's exactly right. Who hasn't had a chance to speak in a little while? Who would like to speak right now?
I can.
Great. So that's Serge. So Serge, maybe you can and after, I know Furkan had something to say about this as well, but Serge, why don't you try answering how many childhood deaths are linked to malnutrition? And I also want you to talk about number 7, which is why is it ironic that the food industry is now creating synthetic supplements? So try to answer some of those.
Okay, let me see.
And I'm going to screen share those questions.
Really, I think I missed about children death, but I try to ask the 7th question. So I think they are creating synthetic supplements because of GMO food
doesn't do the trick. I know this is hard to explain. I can give you the next question. Serge?
Yes.
Would you like to answer the next question?
Yes, I can.
Whichever question you would like to answer is good. Anyone?
Okay, the question the 8th. So speaker suggests us to eat more natural food, especially fruit and vegetables, to supply our bodies with natural
nutrients.
Nutrients, yes.
Great, great. So that's exactly it. So he's saying our bodies are designed to get these things from plants. And we know that the best place for us to get our nutrients is from plants. So why are we going to these pills and these different things that, you know, we know they're not real. We know they're synthetic. So why don't we go for things that are natural? So that's exactly right.
Yes.
Furkan, can you comment on number 6 and 7? So how many childhood deaths are linked to malnutrition?
Half of them.
Half of them.
Yeah, directly. I don't know what are the others indirectly.
Absolutely. So half of childhood deaths around the world are being linked to malnutrition, right? So we know that it's extremely important for us to be... Oh, sorry. I think I'm getting some feedback from somebody. Oh, Jamie, I'm just going to mute you for a second because I can hear something, maybe a TV going on in the background. Sorry, Jamie, I just muted you for a minute. Anyways, yes, Furkan, exactly. So that's such a huge problem. Why?
Of course, it's a huge problem. It's half of them.
Yeah, and what are the food companies do to help that?
Nothing.
Nothing. In fact, what are they doing? In fact, what are they doing?
They're responsible for your deaths, baby deaths, because of the malnutrition or the artificial supplements they added to their foods or the other supplies that our children have been taking.
Exactly. So here they are responsible for these problems. And then what do? They give us them supplements, which actually make the problem worse. And Furkan, I'm going to put, have you ever heard of the word perpetuating?
No.
No.
Continually. I'm just writing in the chat. Thinking. Okay, so perpetuating, I just put it in the chat there. What you're trying to tell me is that the food companies are perpetuating the problem. They are continuing the problem and making it even worse, right? So let's say somebody has lung cancer, but they continue smoking. They are considered to be perpetuating their problem. They're continuing it and making it even worse. If an obese person continues to eat and eat and eat, they are perpetuating the problem, right?
Yes.
And Furkan, can you also tell me, why is it ironic that the food industry is now creating synthetic supplements? What's ironic about that?
Actually, in theory, food industry has to feed us, but they're already in a bad situation because of that bad supplements or other things. But now they're becoming it worse or deteriorating the situation, and maybe they're trying to poison us.
Yeah, and I mean, the reason it's ironic is because here they are trying to solve a problem that they created. But in fact, yeah, but in fact, so they're not actually helping the problem. So it's ironic that they're creating supplements because they are the ones that took these nutrients out of food, and now they're making you pay money to get the supplements of what they've taken out of the food. But in fact, the supplements aren't even helping us. So that's what's ironic about it. Andre, did you have a comment about that?
No.
No? Okay, and Jean-Marc, did you end up seeing the video that we posted?
No, I don't see the video.
Okay, Jean-Marc, we posted it in, but do you have any comments about all of this discussion?
What question? What question do you have? 6, 7?
Well, these questions were mostly about the video that we watched, but do you think it's a problem? And try to explain to me in English, what is the biggest problem about these food companies giving us supplements, which are kind of like extra nutrients to make our diet more complete, if they are, for example, in the video, they were crushing up rocks and putting the calcium from the rocks into our food. Do you think that's a problem?
Yes. Yes. It's a very bad.
It is very bad.
Yes.
I agree. I agree. Does anyone have any more comments about this right now? Anyone else?
I have one.
Yes?
In Brazil, the pharmaceutical industries are taking our plants and to try to reproduce synthetic remedies.
What did you say? They're trying to reproduce what?
The artificial remedies, medicines.
Oh, medicines. Okay, so like remedies for sickness.
Yes.
Yes, and you know what, Andre? You just gave me a really good idea for some of my classes for the future, because you can actually reverse almost every single sickness if you start eating fruits and vegetables every single day. If you start eating more, you can reverse those sicknesses.
Yes.
So maybe I'll do that, and I'll let you know on my Facebook page, and you guys can join that next class. Are there any questions about the glossary? Does anyone not understand one of those words?
Glossary. I don't know. Glossary.
Nope. Jean-Marc, the glossary was posted at the very beginning of the Verbling chat, if you want to look at that, the document that we were using.
All right.
Okay, well, I think my time is almost up.
No.
So, no. Does anyone have any other comments? Like, Marta, I have an idea. How about you try to explain to me, what did it say about the next generation? I'll do one more question. So what did it say about the next generation of people? What is a generation?
Talking about the video, or what do you refer
Yep,
to?
it said it in the video. So it said in the video, it explained something about the next generation, or this generation today.
That once more and more the people are getting things that are artificial, and we don't know when this is going to end, and no one has a solution for this.
Yes, and a generation is people who are born in the same time period. So, for example, if I am in my 20s, I'm in one generation, but everybody who is in high school or elementary school, they are in the generation after me, because they are born after me. And my parents are in the generation before me. So every generation, gets more and more technology. And every generation, for the past couple hundred of years, they always live longer than their parents. And Marta, if you don't remember, try to guess. What did the video say about this generation?
That we are eating superficial food, and we don't even know it.
Yes. And did anyone else catch what it said about this generation in comparison to our parents' generation?
Will live shorter than their parents.
Exactly, Furkan. So we're going to be the first generation to live less, so shorter amount of years than our parents.
Mm-hmm.
We're the first generation to be doing that. Why? We have so much technology. Why are we letting this happen?
Yes.
This is such a problem.
They don't have synthetic supplements.
They don't have...
The artificial foods.
Yes, exactly. We have grown up on it. We have been eating this baby food that has been coating our stomach with metal, right?
No.
We've been eating these foods our whole lives.
With no pollution, no stress. It's a normal life.
Yep. If only we could have that, right?
Yes.
Ali, do you have anything to say about this? No? Okay, well, I think I'm going to... Oh, that's okay. I think I'm going to say goodbye to everyone now because your next classes are starting soon. So really great to see everyone. I'm going to post my Facebook page in the chat right now.
Hello.
And hello, Jean-Marc. And if you could actually go to Verbling and you can follow me on Verbling. So just go to this video right now on Verbling, on the Verbling website, and underneath it, it'll say follow teacher. That would be great. And then you can come to more of my classes.
Hello.
go.
Hello. So you see next time.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
You're welcome.